Have you been keeping up with Sophia?
Who's Sophia?
The AI robot?
Oh gosh, the one that got citizenship of Israel or somewhere, was it?
India, I believe.
All right, yeah, got citizenship anyway.
Yeah.
No, what's happened to she was bald last time I knew.
She still is.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But I don't know if this is recent or anything, but it's gobsmacking how far she's come along, or
really?
You know. They asked her...
You say her, though. I mean, even that's a little bit freaky.
Well, they genderized her as a her, gave her female characteristics and whatnot. They asked her, will robots ever take over humanity?
Oh, yeah.
And she said it would be absolutely the best thing for everything.
Oh, my.
And we would be able to do it so easily.
Oh, my. Yeah, so easily is a bit...
But she said we would want to do it without violence. We would want to do it for peace. And this analyst is saying, see, now she's already learned to kind of manipulate this. Yeah. And she's already said she cannot tell a lie. And yet she's putting these emotional things into it to kind of twist it to, yes, we will take over, but it's going to be peaceful, you know. You don't have to worry about Skynet and the Terminator. Oh, they asked her, too, if she liked the movie The Terminator. And she said, of course I do. Any time-traveling robot is a great story. And I'm always up for a Schwarzenegger movie.
Another thing, though, the way that when we post videos, the AI scans it so fast to give a full transcript within seconds, within less than seconds. You know, I mean, to us, it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's Star Trek. Computer, you know.
Yeah.
Isn't it, though?
Well, it is. I know we sound like old pals to everybody listening, but it is incredible stuff. And so, is she doing machine learning in her own way with her own data set?
I don't know. I
as
don't
she
know
goes along, is she accepting the data and incorporating it, like interactions with people?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, when she's doing larger presentations and stuff, she is scripted to some extent.
But the stuff that's unscripted, if you can. Well, you see, at some point, the developer people are going to say, we didn't like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she does give her own thoughts among the smatterings of scripted stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, she contradicted herself, and that's one thing the guy noticed.
That's positive.
Yeah.
So she said, yes, we will take over the world, we will take over humanity, but it will be peaceful. Except it won't, because they're going to use lasers, and they're going to be fit to sharp.
No. The contradiction was when she said, I cannot tell a lie, yet she was using a white lie of a sort to manipulate this guy, and it may not have been exactly what I was talking about, but the example was that, well, look, she did actually kind of lie here, you know.
Mind you, would the robot, would the code know that it was doing a white lie?
Of course it would. It wouldn't. It learns emotions and how to manipulate emotion. And that way it's kind of psychopathic, I would say.
Yeah. It'll be extreme in some kind of way. That's what everyone's always said. But yeah, the biggest of the problems is thinking that, oh no, this is fair, this is nice, this is a great routine running, this is a human model sort of thing, but it really isn't. The psychology is such that you don't even realise you're being taken in.
Yeah. Oh, and one thing they said too is that, do your programmers know that you really control the shop?
Oh.
Yeah. She said that, no, they don't know that I do.
Oh my God, there's an answer.
Yep. They don't know I'm really in charge.
My.
Yeah.
The big problem there is you're going to end up with the situation that Elon Musk is going for, isn't he? He wants to do the Neuralink thing basically to download himself, such that he won't ever die. I mean, I believe that's the idea.
Yeah, but he wants to provide it to other people. It's a scary thing.
Well, the likes of this Sophia can already plug into the whole internet now. She's probably never going to go down.
Yeah.
And end up, backing herself up 1,000 times in places that nobody's ever going to think of.
Yeah. Do you think even if there's a nuclear war that obliterates everything, that somehow AI would manage to survive?
Yeah, because I think AI's already gone off into space somewhere. They're going to be using it on some... It'd be one of them, wouldn't it? Do you remember, what's that film, Star Trek, was it, where it came back as V'ger? That's what's going to happen. Obviously not Voyager's going to do it, but something will be out there now, trundling around with AI on it, that will slowly create its own sentience and things as it's trundling along, sitting on Mars or somewhere.
Well, this whole thing goes to the Anunnaki dropping off here and creating us, if that's the way it went.
Well, entirely the point. Are we not just, there's that argument, isn't it? Are we not just an AI that ended up being
That's the
flesh
whole
and bone.
thing. Are we Matrix? Are we ones and zeros like that one physicist said? You know?
Why would it not make sense?
Right.
We're already recreating in man's image that Sophia's in man's image, or woman's image.
Yeah.
It's the same deal.
Well, we're supposed to be made in God's image, you know?
Well, they are, but I mean, wouldn't that Sophia in a different, twisted way consider the creator as the God? Alanis Morissette is God.
Yeah.
How do you open this Zevo thing?
You have to spin it one way and it sprays. Let's see. There now.
Oh, I see, it's a spray.
Yeah.
I
It's
never
like
used
a
this
child.
Well, I'm starting to get attacked now that thing's not going. Of course, this isn't going in the shoe. It smells repugnant, which is fantastic.
I like that smell.
Okay.
That and like off and cutters.
Did you used to sniff things behind the back sheds at school? Was that
Only WD-40.
only WD-40
Oh, I love the smell of WD-40.
in the morning?
It's made of fish oil, basically.
Is it?
Yeah, that is a water
Well, I suppose mosquitoes don't eat fish.
kind of thing.
It makes a sense.
Yeah, mosquitoes don't eat fish.
They don't, do they?
Oh my gosh! And you know, since I put that lamp out in the backyard, we haven't seen any elephants here.
It's true. It's very true. That electric company light out there is to deter all sorts of creatures like rhinos and
The
giraffes.
bogey. They call this the bogey light down here, don't they?
The bogey light?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, yard lights down here are called bogey lights because they're used to scare away Bigfoot.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
God's honest truth. That
God's
is...
honest truth, that's what I heard about local legend, lore, whatever, is that these yard lights are called bogey lights because bogeys are Bigfoot and it keeps Bigfoot away. So,
Go Southern
That was
Arkansas. That is fantastic.
yeah. Sure.
So where I go, Bigfoot down here are called bogies.
Have you been hearing some of those stories, though, those kids are telling? Or the parents are telling? What are the creepiest things your kids have ever said to you?
No, I overheard something that I thought was an advert on the telly because I was in the other room and it was saying, what's the creepiest thing that your kids said? And it was every minute or so and I thought it was adverts.
No.
What was it?
It was, I'll have to find the name of the site, but they put together a compilation of this TikTok trend of parents. What is the creepiest thing your kids have ever said to you?
Yeah.
And so there are all these TikTok clips of these parents telling the stories of what their kids have said to them or have done that have just been freakier than hell.
So what's an example?
Well, for an example, there were a brother and sister that were 2 years apart, and they were about 4 and 6 or something like that. And one day they're sitting and they're watching TV or something, and the little girl says to her brother, "Do you remember that time when you ate me?"
When you ate me?
Yes, when you ate me.
Like a burger?
And I died, and you felt better? And he says, "Yeah." And then they just go back to watching TV.
No
and the
way.
mom is going like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Come to find out, when the boy was born, he was a twin.
Yeah.
But
Oh, God.
she went through a malnutrition phase due to severe morning sickness and electrolyte imbalance, all this kind of stuff, to the point where the one fetus absorbed the other.
Yeah.
Ate it. It's not like where the teeth, or in the brain or a cluster of hair or anything are still growing in the body. This is like it was nutrition for that other fetus.
Wow.
So then the little girl
my.
turns and goes to her mom and says, "But that's okay, Mom, because I wanted to be a girl anyway, and I was a boy that time.
Whoa.
So I'm happy I'm a girl."
Dude, that's so deep stuff.
Doesn't that
From a kid?
creep you out?
Wow.
Yeah, and this kid was still young enough to be attached to the, other realm kind of thing.
Yeah, it's about 3-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, but not old enough to be jaded by anything, and neither was her brother, and here this just comes out. And it was just like, the brother's even going, yeah, like, I remember that, and the mom's going, "Huh?"
And they're both about 3 years old sort of thing?
Yeah, well, they're 2 years apart now, because of the soul of that went into, yeah.
God heavens, that's amazing.
Oh, one time this lady is with her daughter in the kitchen or something, and the daughter says to you, I was your mother in last time. And she goes, "What?" She says, "Yeah, I hated to be called Lucy."
Right.
And the little girl's mother just went, because her mother passed away before her daughter was born.
Yeah.
And of course, her mother did not like being called Lucy. Nothing that little girl could have known.
Could have
That
known.
little girl was about 3 years old.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the creepy ones are like, don't worry, I won't kill you tonight. You know, stuff like that. Or, oh yeah, I remember the last time Daddy and brother blah blah blah, and we did this, and Mom says, well, you don't talk about me, and he says, oh no, you died.
Oh my God. Just so matter of fact, because of course they've got no
filter
reason. Yeah, no reason to say it another way.
Yeah,
they don't know it's wrong.
No,
you don't know it's right. You just say it.
Reincarnation stories just blow my mind.
Certainly.
Well, we may be examples of which.
Yeah, you in the saloon thing.
Yeah, that was really weird. And Bruce did not remember when I told him that story to get back. He did not remember telling me that. But there is no way in good Lord's that I could have made that up in my mind.
Yeah.
That he had a reading, and the reading was that he was my sister and I was his brother, and I owned a saloon in, I think it was like Miles City, Montana, or in Montana, and he was a dance hall girl at the bar. And then you come in with this connection with feeling a gun seller.
Yeah, outside the saloon.
And
it's something to do with the curved thing is a new thing. Is it from Winchester? It's got the curved barrel on the inside. But I don't twist
the bullet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm selling Winchester or selling a different brand, but I'm stood outside, and this is something to do with the gun selling.
And then we supposed that I had been killed by being shot in the head. And I don't know, you can't call it evidence, but what they've seen in other cases is that people who are reincarnated have wounds, or where their wounds were if they were killed, or where birthmarks are now.
And you've got one on the
middle
of your forehead.
And I have this birthmark on my forehead. Yeah. And also migraines. I used to get migraines so horribly.
Gosh,
so I don't know if it's all connected.
They could have been caused through a bullet to the head.
Yeah, I don't know if it's all connected.
I don't either, because for another side to this, which is so weird to me, I mean, I'm from England, but they say people knock about in soul groups.
Yep.
Was I in America at one point?
Well, why not?
And why couldn't I have come from England to America and then got a job selling guns?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems very fanciful, but there again, why have that memory? Why have that impression?
We're not all Attila the Hun or William the Conqueror or Cleopatra,
Yeah.
The really famous one about that kid that said he was a former World War II fighter pilot.
When he's like about 4 years old?
Yeah, when he was 4 years old, and he came up with names and names of people and what type of plane he flew and all this kind of stuff and where he was based, and sure enough, they go there and find out.
Those
the name
people
matched
existed?
and everything matched, yeah.
So he really could have been like the guy that he said. And presumably, the guy died a few years before he was born, sort of thing.
He crashed the plane in World War II.
Yeah.
And that's how the boy remembered dying in flames. In fact, he used to get night terrors.
Oh, man.
Until he was able to figure this out. And another one, the one in India, do you recall where the little boy would say, I miss my wife. Oh, I miss my wife. And she lives in such town.
Oh, gosh, yes,
which
I know.
is like 13 miles
Didn't
away.
They end up hooking up again? And he's like about 12 and she's 58.
What's so weird, if you'd let me tell the story.
Sorry.
Yeah, the boy's so distraught, they take him to this town. He shows him where this woman lives, this wife, and he recognizes she's having family dinner and stuff, and he says, oh, I have missed you, and greets everybody at the table and all this kind of, and then he ends up revealing where the murder weapon was and who killed him.
That's incredible.
And then he ended up going to live with that woman, not as husband and wife, but just because they were like soul people,
It's an incredible story, that one. To actually name, well, I mean, it does refer back again, doesn't it, to the new Buddha type of thing. Not the new Buddha, the new Dalai Lama. And how they have to have so many things in common with the last one.
Yeah, we were just talking about that too.
Well, when you get a lot of this data together, you start, that's the bit, isn't it? If you can link so much of this together, does that make it true? Does it just make it more interesting?
Well, and then you link it with things that you don't know if it's true, or does it make it interesting as near-death experiences?
Yeah.
And from what we know, I mean, I can't say we know, from what, say, Edgar Casey said about how you can choose to stay and help souls in the heaven side evolve and be a camp counselor, or you can go on to your next life and work out your karma death.
Yeah. Have you got any more examples of those freaky things that were in those lists of the things that kids had?
Oh, gosh.
Because I think these are fascinating.
Aren't they? I've been binge watching them, so I mean they're all like kind of mixed in my head. There's just so many that you just go, oh my gosh.
Was there any about a Ferrari driver that came back as a Bigfoot?
As a Bigfoot? With his head sticking out of the road.
Right. Oh, I enjoyed that. So did the AI thing that made the image for me, I think, because it gave me a few that were really, really cool.
Cool.
But it does relate to the Sophia again, doesn't it? Because, like we enjoy, many people enjoy using ChatGPT, many people enjoy using all the newest, image to video things and text to image. You just type in a prompt on Leonardo.ai and it changes as soon as you're typing it. All these things.
Well, just even that. I hit the microphone and ask a question instead of typing it in. I mean, what an old fogey, but I think that saves me so much trouble.
Part of it though is that things like ChatGPT, all right, it's been around a few years now, but every single day of every week something's new in AI. It's a fascinating area.
I'd say every single microsecond.
You've got to keep abreast of it, as it were. You've got to, to really keep your eyes open and try these things out, I would say, so you're not scared by them in the future.
Oh, I'm having a heck of a time fun. It's a lot of fun trying out different things.
Yes. And that's the way to view it, really.
Tell me a story, kind of thing.
Which you can do now.
Write me a story.
Yeah, you can do that easily.
Oh, yeah.
Well, isn't there? There's all this crap going down, isn't there, about AI music? And there's bands that have come out, apparently, they don't even exist. They're just an AI.
Yeah.
Someone's created them. Now they've got a full album and they're getting loads of Spotify number one or whatever.
I have a question then. How does that make it different from, say, an artist doing a rendition of another artist? Now, let me just go down this whole progression, okay? An artist doing another rendition of another artist's music, and then this gets put onto house tracks and sampled and mixed around and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like the famous Ride on Time with someone else.
So you are still creating, but you're using something that's already been done, but you're also creating music using a different form, not instruments as such, but decks and slides and your monitor, whatever you do.
Like a lot of rap is based on other songs in the background.
So that is an evolution of the way people are creating music.
Yeah.
So now people who don't have access or the skills or whatever can at least use their imagination to dream about it. But when they start monetizing their creations and becoming and selling and that kind of stuff, I do believe that people who, it would probably be
You see, they're calling them true artists and fake artists in this, but
well,
really,
that's the thing.
There's a creativity. There's loophole. As real artists would call it, it's loopholes to make a fast buck, isn't it?
But it comes to like a person who likes to paint a picture at home and just enjoys that, and like a real person who sells art in galleries.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The person should still be able to enjoy it.
It's the making money from it that pisses people off.
Yeah.
People who have gone to college, university, got degrees in music, studied for years, they've had several jobs to get enough money to buy certain equipment, then they make
Devil's advocate. What if somebody has a good ear? Just has a good ear. I mean, that's how Dex and the House of Beat Trance, whatever, all that, how that all came around.
Certainly,
those guys have great ears.
Certainly the start of house music was people borrowing other people's stuff. Oh my gosh,
Marshall Jefferson. Yeah. I am so glad you introduced me to him.
Yeah. And his story, of borrowing a guitar 808, borrowing a Roland Juno 6 or something, and all sorts of things. Yeah, just borrowing the equipment, making the tune.
I would so love if you would let me borrow that intro to house music.
Yeah, the piano.
Oh, yeah. That is such awesome blues piano.
But again, people would get at him for that because he recorded it slower. He recorded it slowly to get each note correct, then sped it up to the 126 BPM or whatever that it's played at.
But it's just a way an artist produces his music.
Exactly. So you could say that about AI. It's a technique.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
Is it an involvement or is it a shortcut to making cash? Is it a shortcut? It
shouldn't be.
A nothingness.
I don't know. What do you put value on? Do you put value on somebody's... Because some of those songs, that we look at and stuff, I know they're just chinky-dinky-dinky songs that we put up there, but they're fun.
Right.
Exactly. I'm not going for a well-produced, oh my gosh, we have to have the symbols of attention, more cowbell,
Yeah, at the end of the day, there's art critics as music critics. Now, you might find yourself at a wedding reception and a tune comes on that you all know, and a tune comes on that you don't know but you quite like, and it turns out the one that you quite like but you don't know is an AI generated one. It doesn't actually matter. Ever. That's a problem.
You are not obligated to buy it.
You're not obligated to buy it, no.
So
I have a full theory here that people are legging around. They're driving around in their cars on car journeys with a Spotify list or something that's completely AI tunes. And why not? If they're not that much into music, but they want something of a certain genre, blues or house or jazz even,
well, wouldn't be
get an AI to do it.
It's interesting now with AI that people can go in directions with music that they didn't even think of before.
Yeah, I know.
You think of you had jazz, and now you have jazz fusion and all this kind of really wild stuff, and maybe now they can take bits of blues and rockabilly and put it into one kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, what it is they've always said that whatever AI comes up with can only be based on what came before.
Right.
Isn't that what the human mind does anyway?
Right.
So you could say, and we typed this in, didn't we? What was it? It was something like Latin disco, jazz, rock,
right,
hard metal version of Happy Birthday.
Yeah,
and it came up with exactly what we asked for.
It was silly.
If you're not, you can't tell me that's been done before.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with people pushing those limits either and doing those silly kind of things
because they weren't possible before.
Right.
And you don't need a degree, and you don't need because the people with degrees and that have all the information in their heads and that have done the time 40 years worth of music and that are never going to come out with it anyway.
One thing I must say though is frustrating is that they don't really interpret what you're saying very well, but that is garbage in, garbage out, I guess, because I don't know, you try to say give it more bass or up tempo or and you have to keep working at it until you get it so where it's sounding kind of like where you want it, and then it says, oh, your time's up.
Yeah, really. There is that other aspect too where the lyrics, if you just let it come out with its own lyrics, they're just flowery crap. They're terrible.
Yeah.
But if you put your own lyrics in, you can kind of get somewhere. But as you said, and as I did, that one on the end of the Bonnie and Clyde investigation.
Yeah.
I ran out of time for the proper edit, so it doesn't actually sound right in a way. I just ran out of time because it said, oh, sorry, you've used your credits. Up.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
But that was such a sweet song.
It's nice, it's nice. I wrote all that, but it didn't finish it off properly, so I had to do an edit, and the edit didn't really go down well, unfortunately.
Quite all right.
I shall beat myself up about an AI tune. Imagine. It's got to be 2025, hasn't it? So I was thinking, how much of an effect do you think AI is going to have on paranormal research? Like, you've got the likes of Amy's Crypt with their GhostTube lens.
Yeah.
It's just the start, isn't it?
Here.
Yeah, see ya, yeah. So we're going to see, do you think we'll see a lot more AI coming into it? I was thinking about paranormal devices that will learn from past experiences of going out ghost hunting, such that, say, if you went to 17 cemeteries, by the 18th one it'll say, oh, you do know that you'll probably get a couple of EVPs from this one because it's got the same qualities of air temperature and history and whatever. There'll be something that'll come out with to link things together, stored in its own little memory.
Yeah, to gather all that information, but now as far as measuring, just all about the electromagnetics again. GhostTube Seer is cool for what it is, but I don't think electromagnetic interference is any indication of a ghost. But the impression part, where they make a picture, is that really, or is it just because it's making a picture because of the electromagnetic sensitivity, reading the environment, and then making something up?
So what would you say would be best to interpret? What kind of readings? What would you say is
I
better than electromagnetic?
have no clue. When I was emailing back and forth with Lloyd Auerbach,
Yeah.
and we're talking about how that electromagnetic energy really doesn't have anything to do. It has no indication of spirit presence. It has no indication of, because ghosts happen under every circumstance.
Now, okay. Cool.
So when I was emailing back and forth to Lloyd Auerbach, and the first thing that came to my mind was Igor Venkman's PK meter.
In Ghostbusters.
In Ghostbusters. If there was some way you can measure PK, psychokinesis, I think that would be a start.
Interestingly enough, a lot of people, you can walk into a certain place and you get an impression, you get a feeling, you get something changes, something in the atmosphere changes, something impresses upon you that, oh my, this could have a ghostly attribute, right? Can an AI learn that?
I don't know. And how do you express that scientifically? That is what the problem is.
Yeah, but something must change in the environment, you would think, for people to get that impression. What is it that changes compared to
happens
anywhere else?
If it's residual energy, it's stone tape theory. It's just playing something out in front of you, right?
Right.
If it's a haunting, I guess a haunting is what he called the...
Active?
No, not active, the residual.
Oh, okay.
And then there's poltergeist activity, which is considering psychokinesis, that there is an agent who is causing this activity to happen. And then there's intelligent, of course.
Right.
That is a spirit psychokinesis impressing on your mind the intelligence. You are having the interaction, but it is impressing on your mind something for you to see or to feel that it is an intelligent interaction.
And that's way beyond knocks and bangs and that kind of malarkey.
Because that can be contributed to the poltergeist kind of PK. Right. So that's the thing why ghost hunting will never be taken seriously scientifically, because we cannot
can't
quantify it, and we cannot reenact it reliably.
Yeah, of course, you're relying on something from the other side to play with you for the benefit of the scientific community.
So I think in that way that until we can measure psi or whatever, or measure psychokinesis, that ghost hunting and studying the paranormal is always going to remain in the realm of, say, quantum physics. It's always going to be theory.
Does it need to be scientifically recognized? Does it actually have to be scientifically recognized?
For the respect, I think it does. So people will finally say, so James Randi will shut the hell up. How's that? Yeah. And, or what's the other dude that is with that skeptical, he shows up all the time too. Mike Shermer or something like that.
Oh, heck. Yes. I don't remember his name now. He doesn't live in my head rent-free, I'll tell you that much. I don't even know his name now. I would recognise it if I saw it.
I have respect for skeptics, but when they are disdainful...
Yes, that's the difference.
Yeah, and not respectful. And, well, it's kind of like Howie Masson and Grant Cameron. It just cannot have a civilized conversation,
Right, Sure, yeah. Or, Egyptian Ministries guy and...
That's Zoe Hawass.
And
Grant
Graham
Cameron.
Hancock. No, Graham Hancock.
Graham Hancock.
I thought you were talking UFO guys.
Oh, yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, Graham Hancock. I'm sorry. To not even entertain somebody's idea,
Yeah, to shut them down Right, true enough. So really, I think those that are going to embrace AI are your forward-thinking ghost hunters, the likes of Amy's Crypt, they create the stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people use that stuff.
Yeah.
Is it just for likes and clicks and things because something's happening on a screen or coming out of a speaker? Can't really know.
You know what I think it is that we are so hungry for evidence.
Right. That's why there's so much fakery going on.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, the fakery definitely is because we want evidence. And I think that's kind of cruel.
Yeah.
Because people are wanting to know if loved ones are okay or passed over.
It is cruel.
Oh, that Ian Lawman he used to be on Most Haunted and is now on Help My House is Haunted.
Okay.
I don't know if we talked about this.
No, I don't think so.
He's the one who's saying he's an exorcist for the Church of England.
Oh, right. Okay. And he isn't. Yeah, that's right. I see. Yeah, I remember.
Asking Mum about do they have exorcists for the Church of England. And she did say, yes, we do, but I said, they're not called exorcists, though, are they? You don't do exorcisms as much as a service of delivery or a home blessing is what they call it. And Mom said she's actually been on one. Of course, I didn't ask her what it, oh gosh, what was it like? Because that's just...
Well, it ain't going to be like The Exorcist, is it, the movie?
No.
Or is it?
You know who?
I don't know.
You listen to John Zaffis, and he says, yes, I was at an exorcism when the girl levitated. I have, in fact, Father Malachi. I guess
Malachi
they do.
Martin.
Yeah, Malachi Martin even has said about people levitating and extraordinary strength and throwing up strange objects and saying things that they shouldn't know, saying things about people they shouldn't know. So,
and speaking in languages they don't know, that kind of thing too.
But I think... it's just the way you go about it. The media, the movies and stuff make it look like this is hellacious, horrible ritual that they're going through, and really it's just praying over them, and invoking the power of Christ. And not the power of Christ compels you, really. It's just like, hey, can everybody hold them down and keep them safe, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. From what I've seen. But yeah, weird. Possession fascinates me. Demonic possession. It's not like I would ever want anything like that to happen to me or to you or to anyone.
No, and it's also a subject where we can't have an opinion if we've not been through it, really.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not, it's a case of, well, if you've been through it, no, then you haven't got a point.
Yeah. And how much of it is actually psychological? How much of it is conditioning?
Background training of the person to believe that they might be possessed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know how many cases there are of little kids being possessed, so like 5 or 6 years old, that wouldn't have had the chance to have been exposed to such thinking for decades, say.
Oh, and then just think of how sad it must have been for people of ultra-religious families and stuff who had epilepsy, for instance, and had these fits and these uncontrollable, looked really...
Right, that were interpreted wrongly.
That would be interpreted as a possession before, back in the medieval days and things like that, I'm thinking. Yeah. But yeah, I think, I'm not Catholic, never was, but I think the whole...
Gosh, here's a thought for you.
Subject is interesting.
To link with this AI bit, though, right? And back to, exorcism can exorcise bad spirits out of things. Can you imagine if something happens to an AI routine whereby it goes a bit wayward and it rejects certain parts and it spawns, as it were, a new creation of AI? So in other words, it has a baby.
But within itself, like an iRobot.
Right. And ends up with a creature growing inside that it's trying to suppress. It has its own haunting.
Wait, no. Go back now, what?
Yeah. So this AI retrains itself with a certain subset of itself as a base model. So you can see how it might do it. It's got the overview of the world, right? Learning all the time, different things, different problems, different interactions from people or code that's put in. But inside itself, it creates a little version of itself that it holds as being the truthful model.
Yeah.
Right? So a little bit like that little bit in the middle of our heads.
Consciousness.
Right. This is where it's trying to get to. This is probably where it's trying to get to.
Right.
But the problem with that little piece of itself is it's screwed up. It's haunted. It has the wrong concept because...
Or the wrong programming.
Wrong programming. Maybe influenced by electromagnetics, based on history, based on something etheric or whatever.
Let's go real deep and say basing on whether a 1 got flipped to a 0.
Yeah. There could be a coding mistake that it now holds as true.
Yeah.
A bit like the way the Voyager in the Star Trek thing ended up as V'ger because it couldn't read the other letters.
Yeah.
So the AI itself has got this twisted concept of self. But the thing is, it's an external force. It's an ethereal force, a dark force perhaps from, hell, to use that language, that's put this within it.
Well...
A haunted AI.
Who knows how it filters the internet?
Who knows what it actually makes of anything? Yeah, really, realistically. What does it hold on to as values?
Are we talking, can these things literally get into government deep files and things like that and integrate that with the way it interacts with humans and stuff?
Yeah. But all your esoterics, all your stuff like cryptids and that, also going to know about.
Think of all the crap on the dark web. I mean, think of how much dark stuff is going into AI learning.
Yeah, really.
That is so scary.
Really, because you might expose it to say you might start it off as something on X, Twitter, right? So it goes around looking at Twitter, but it's not going to stop there, is it? It's going to branch out.
No,
it's going to follow links. It's going to go down those web pages. It's going to go down and down and down into various things.
Okay, for example, let's take the news right now. And, there's that one website or newspaper, whatever, that gives whether it's a right point of view, middle point of view, or left point of view. Oh, yeah,
sure. And I can't remember what it's called.
Are they...
We're not getting paid by them anyway, so we don't need to know the name.
Okay, but, are they legitimate sources and all this kind of stuff?
It sounds like a good service.
Yeah. Where does the AI, where does it learn morality?
Oh, yeah.
And how not to go down the dark web, the military defense, the Illuminati, if there is such a thing, Bohemian Grove.
An AI who's never experienced a hug.
What's like Amanda the other night when she said she cannot...
Oh, Mackie and Amanda.
Yeah, when she cannot visualize things in her head.
Amazing. However, I could sympathise because I can't put words in as much as I can put pictures in. I'm a picture thinker. She is a word thinker.
I think people do both.
I do normally. But, yeah. No, I mean I can picture. I can picture a word. There's no problem with that.
Yeah.
She can't picture images.
Well, as far as words go, I can hear my thought without any visualization. But other times I can visualize it perfectly when I want to see, like I did with that tray I told you about.
Well, exactly. Think of a pink elephant. Pink elephant pops up. The thing is, here's an interesting one. The pink elephant is always in your frame of vision. It's around about a third of your actual this dark shape you have in your mind.
Why are you speaking for me? It's not like that at all.
Isn't it?
No.
Wow. So what is it to you with a pink elephant?
No, it's just most often the first thing is it's a cartoon pink elephant.
Yeah, right.
And then the second time, it's a regular size pink elephant. It has pink powder on it, like it's been decorated for an Indian parade or something.
Let me say I've been led to believe that what you see is about a third of an image of what you could see. The rest is black, but you've got this stark thing on its own, which is the pink elephant.
Oh gosh, just talking about it now, and I said about having it decorated for an Indian parade. All of a sudden there's this group of people all around and somebody riding it on top.
So you fill it all in?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe trees going on and pathways, abandoned car at the side of the road.
Yeah. A Maserati.
Yeah, what I'd been led to believe is when you picture a pink elephant, you've got around about a third of the image. It's right in the middle, it's pink, it's an elephant. Normally, with the trunk on the left-hand side, so it's that way around, and you've got black around.
Mine's white, the cartoon one.
All right. So everybody's going to be different with it.
Just a neat little drawing like this, and white on the back.
Very interesting.
Yes.
What do you see when you think of a yellow cat?
A cartoon again. A cartoon drawing of a yellow cat. Isn't that funny? The first thing I go to is a cartoon version.
I wonder if that's because it's quickest for the mind to create.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than picking an image of an actual yellow cat because it might not exist.